Hello everyone, my name is Corliss Rex, and today I am doing a video about the subclass in Team Fortress 2. I plan to do every single subclass and rank them 1 to 5, starting with Scout and ending with the Spy. Without further ado, let's get into them all. First subclass, the Scunt. Category, competitive. Role, offensive/pick class. The Scunt is the first subclass we will be going over. The Scunt is a variation of the Scout who abuses unfair weapon mechanics to kill their opponents and are very annoying to play against. Usual weapons of the Scunt. So, the first primary that a Scunt always uses is the Force of Nature. And the pistol is any pistol, but mainly the Pretty Boy's pocket pistol, as it is very annoying long range, you can regain your health. And the melee has to be Sandman or Wrapped Assassin. These weapons are usually the set of the Scunt, using the Force of Nature to get right up to the enemy and bounce them back with their shots. The pistols are mainly used from the backline when trying to regain health with a Pretty Boy pocket pistol, or if a Scunt fails at killing an enemy with the Force of Nature, he will often take out the pistol and try and finish him off. The melee of a Scunt is often one of two items, the Sandman or the Wrapped Assassin, both of which will stun an enemy if hit by a baseball or an ornament, and is a death sentence if the Scunt hits you close range with one, as all he has to do is rush you down while your guard and weapon is down and kill you. Alternative weapons. The Scunt mainly uses the Force of Nature, pistols, and the Sandman as its Wrapped Assassin, but there's some are acceptable, albeit strange alternatives such as the Scattergun or Soda Popper. The Soda Popper is very similar to the Force of Nature with 2 shots but no knockback, making it less annoying to play against but still just as deadly. The Scattergun is meant for less reckless play style and it allows for 6 shots instead of 2, but this little is also totally acceptable. And instead of a pistol, a Scunt may use a Criticola to get that extra damage boost off, with the only downside that he is more vulnerable to damage after firing his gun. And any other melee would really be acceptable for the Scunt if you're not into the Sandman or Wrapped Assassin, but it just wouldn't be the Scunt without it. Specificities to be a Scunt. If you want to fit the title as a certified Scunt, that's trademarked by the way, there are some specifications you will need to follow, such as full lime green/pink loadouts and cosmetics, abusive binds, especially the Lenny phase, abusive taunt after kills, most of the shard and fluid, that's the laughing one, abusive use of weapon gimmicks, most of them make other players salty, such as the Force of Nature knockback or gaining height with it, hostile behavior towards friendlies, so they hate Hoobies, I mean, when I was playing I did, more reckless playstyle to get themselves killed, and all of them have a failed competitive player career. That is a must-need too. Description of the Scunt. The Scunt is similar to the Scout in terms of gameplay, but the main difference mostly lies in his psychological impact towards the opponents, but also his own teammates, as he will use very cheesy tactics and make an efficient possible use of his weapons. For example, using the Force of Nature to get higher ground, knockback, or whatever else you want to do with it. That's the main stuff with Scunt. Weaknesses. The Scunt is mainly weaker against heavies and engineers, as they do not only play more defensively, but rarely do they fall into a Scunt's trap by playing a safer in-the-back playstyle, such as the NG with the sentry guns, and the heavy, it is super unlikely you will kill a heavy twice with once with 2 shots of the Force of Nature, so they'll just turn around and kill you. Heavies were very difficult to deal with, but if you're dealing with an inexperienced heavy or NG, they are possible to kill, but they're just more difficult if they're set up and know what they're doing. Conclusion. The Scunt is slightly worse than the Scout, not because of his loadout, but because they usually lack the teamwork and the often deaths they have. But with that, I give the Scout a 4, due to the great weapon choices he can go with and how annoying for the enemy the Scunt can be. Everyone, that was the Scunt for you. A very interesting subclass to go through with many more on the way. Make sure to hit that like button and leave a comment, and heck, maybe even subscribe. I'll try to read all of your comments. Make sure to have a great day. Corliss Rex, and also, happy 2020 everyone. My first video, 2020. So long to 2021. one. Hopefully no more COVID this year, boys, am I right? Well, with that, have a great rest of your nights or days.